Hey guys, Landon Rivers here, just to remind you that rocks are for hugging, not for hating. Unless we're talking about Durzu. Find out why in this week's episode of How to Speedrun Enclave. Outland Wastes is the fire level. There's always a fire level in an RPG. Rule 1 of the fire level, don't fall in the lava. Rule 2, get the frost weapon. Rule 3, kill fire monsters with the frost weapon. No difference here. Outland Wastes hosts a fortress of Dragatar, but is also home to the fiery stone gnomes. This level has a few fun skips and features our first real boss monster who can be quite a handful. This is also another dangerous level which can hurt and possibly end your run with a poorly timed jump. So watch closely and maybe you won't get burned too badly. The pace is about to pick up because now we're going to switch up characters and play the halfling. She runs much faster than all of the other characters, so she'll be a clear choice going forward. Also, there are some difficult jumps to perform in this level, and while it's technically possible for all characters to pull them off, it is simply much easier for the halfling. For her equipment, we want to keep it simple. The main intention is giving her a shield which can block stray arrows, and a few potions which can help in the final boss fight. Weapon doesn't matter because we won't kill anyone with it. Give her a bearded axe, a kite shield, and 2 potions. That's all we need. For individual level runners, here is a list of all available characters and restricted equipment based on when the level is unlocked. And once again, to show on this neat screen, here is the speedrun recommended loadout. The level can be completed in less than 2 minutes and 40 seconds with our routing. The level starts out on a fun note, because you can literally play it with one hand. Hold forward, then do a jump at this bump on the bridge to do a super jump, vaulting over these stone gnomes. Do another quick jump and keep running forward. The gate will open and you'll run right past an orc. As soon as you do, then the fun's over. You gotta grab your mouse. Head up the hill and we'll get ready for our first trick jump. At this tower, we want to exploit the wall-hugging mechanic of Enclave. It happens to work well at this point, and it helps save us 3 seconds. Run right under this tower and jump and hug the wall after you pass the far posts. There's multiple ways to perform this hug, but this way is the most consistent I've found. You will want to practice this before attempting it in a run. It's very easy to mess up and fall right into the lava. Also, if you get some bad RNG and the tower collapses, don't bother pressing on. If you're having a good run, cut your losses and head down the left path. Continue along the path and stick to the right side. An orc coming up will throw a bomb, and the moment he does, stop hugging right and head towards the broken bridge. This juke helps us avoid getting blocked or blinded by the bomb's explosion. Now, to pause for a second, it's originally intended that you head across this bridge, through the foggy zone, and into this trading post. You'll find the next character to join our cast, the Gnome. He is locked in an endless battle with an orc destroyer, and he'll never die, he's literally invincible. When you kill the orc, he will repay the favor by running back with you and hitting a switch to raise a platform which you can walk across. That said, forget all that noise. We're fast and know how to long jump. We can completely bypass the section by jumping over the broken bridge. Line yourself up, making sure not to turn, cross your fingers, and make the leap. Congratulations on putting a gnome out of work. Head up the ramp and the orcs will launch some boulders at you. They're easy enough to dodge and don't hurt too much if you do get hit. Head up past the gate and enter on the left side to dodge around the orc. Head down the rock bridge and past the goblin archer towards the lava mill. Inside the lava mill is the instrument of our salvation, the frost sword. I have no idea why it's there, but it's the fire level. Open the door and head to the right. Jump up to grab the sword and exit as quick as you entered. Equip your shiny new sword and head towards the glowing red gate on the right as you exit. We're almost to the level boss. Might as well show you what this thing can do. Remember those stone gnomes? Well, shove that sword into the door and be amazed. 2 stone gnomes may start charging towards you. With your long frost sword, do a downswing by attacking while moving backwards. In just one hit, you'll turn these miserable little fire babies into a frozen turd. You don't need to kill them, this is just to hold them off while the gate is opening. Hug the right side of the gate while it opens. Head in the tunnel, and to the right is a ladder. The jump pattern I have for this ladder is jump on, then make 2 big jumps spaced apart. That's about all I'm able to make. Head up and through the archway, and now we meet our new best friend, Durzu. Derzoo does what he wants. He can sometimes give you some bad RNG. You can't hit him with the frost sword or damage him with any of your weapons. To hurt him, you use one of his attacks against him. Derzoo has 3 things he does. 1, he stands still, and that really sucks when it happens. 2, he throws a fireball in your general direction, and when the fireball hits you or the ground, it creates a stone gnome. 3, if 2 of the stone gnomes he made are alive and running around, he will swing his hammer down and do some massive area of effect damage. To kill Durzu, freeze the stone gnomes he creates and hit the frozen stone gnomes to fling them at him. In 6 to 7 hits, Durzu himself will freeze. Hit his foot with the frost sword and the level is over. Durzu is a real pain. There's about 4 to 6 seconds in between each action he takes. So if he flings a fireball way off course, that's 6 seconds lost instantly on your run. Sometimes I like to jump and absorb the first fireball to try and create the stone gnome and not waste a cycle, but also many times the stone gnomes just straight up die when they spawn. So because of Durzu's shenanigans, sometimes a fight with him can last 30 seconds or even longer than you were anticipating, which totally sucks because you feel like you have no control over that fight. And there's ways to mitigate it, there's ways to save time, but on the balance you feel like, oh, Durzu's the guy that really makes or breaks my entire run. And sometimes after the fight you have to make that tough decision of whether you continue or not. But when it comes down to it, he's one guy along the way, and there's always going to be that one prick, and that prick is Durzu. Your health is extremely important during this battle. You may have taken some heavy damage at the start of the run from the wall hug jump. Best to heal that up before heading into Durzu. Fireballs do a lot of damage on a direct hit and do splash damage if you are nearby. Sometimes it's okay to drink in between an attack to keep yourself alive. Just keep moving around, but not too much that it messes up Durzu's prediction for his throw. Heading to the left side instead of the right could potentially lead to some quicker times. After all, he's just flinging fireballs at the ground instead of the lava behind your narrow straight and missing lots of throws. But the risk of death is much higher because not only are the fireballs damaging you, but when you fling a stone gnome, they explode and do area effect damage to all around. If you're on the left, you'd be really close to Durzu and suffer that damage. A tip on when to fling the guys. Fling right as he's making his next attack, except on the 6th or 7th hit. If you hurt him any other time, he will stagger and you'll have to wait for that animation to finish before he decides his next move again. Staggering Durzu can lead to lots of long waits as well. So anyway, freeze that big jerk and slash his foot. Usually it's the right foot. Not sure why he has such a strange hitbox around him. When the screen is black after fading, that's when you split. Congrats on making it through. Now we head to Arkamar to meet Marcus's brother Loris and pick up his logbook. He sure knows how to lose books. This is Landon Rivers, and I hope to see you there.